No matter how hard I may work. And I want to say this. There are times in life, young men and women, that you will do your job with precision. You will do it all right, but you lose. But that's not the end. That's the beginning of tomorrow. And there are times you will be a little slothful, not quite so creative, not quite so hard, and you'll win, and maybe you shouldn't. Maybe your competitor shouldn't. But you get one. You know, a baseball player that hits the ball 3 times, 1 time out of 3, is an all-star. Makes a huge money. And if you hit it 1 out of 4, you can stay in the major leagues with $250 million. You won't always win, but don't let any defeat stop your dreams. Stop your desires. Stop your goal and ambitions of where you want to go. I said we're in a troubled world. Don't ponder on that. You really can't change it. But what I want to challenge you to do to take this time when there's trouble in the country and continue to grow you. Become the person you really can be. I don't think many of us ever reach our potential. I don't think I totally reached mine. How often, and how many days in a row do we give it our best? Our absolute best. How often do we give the preparation for something that we really should? Some of those. I want to leave a thought. The biggest inhibitor of success with so many people is fear. Fear of making a mistake. Fear of making a choice. Fear of rejection. Fear of losing. Let me tell you, you cannot live an exciting, great life if fear governs you. We have to learn to deal with our fears. I never was a very fearful person. About 10 years ago, I got the challenge to go to Russia and get a man out of prison who was charged with espionage. It was the most exciting opportunity I ever had. Was I concerned? A little. Was I really downright fearful? Maybe a little. I hated it. I don't like to admit it. But it changed my life. I spent weeks in Russia, the beginning of the Putin administration, challenging them to let him go because it was an unfair charge. He was not a spy. It was trumped up. And the end of the story is we were fortunate. We got him. He got convicted. He got pardoned. He got to come home. Red vote. But that opportunity sort of took the last fear out of me. And my friends and colleagues in Washington said, "You don't have much fear." I wasn't afraid to debate the president on Air Force One. One day I did. And I respect the president. Remember who did I respect that office? And I was debating George Bush about an energy issue. We were having a spirited debate. We were there all by ourselves. The 2 senators had left the room. And at one point I pushed him to the point where he stood up and he turned his back to me and he didn't say anything for over a minute. That's the longest minute I can ever remember. I thought, did I tick off the president? Did I go too far in my... Did I push the point too much? And in normal George Bush fashion, he turned around with a sly grin on his face and he said, "Well, don't you think it'll help at all, what he's proposing?" I said, "Well, Mr. President, I didn't say that. But I said it was no silver bullet and won't serve the American people well long term. Because we'll be importing natural gas from four unstable countries just like we do oil and don't have enough." Yes, I had a chance to challenge my leaders in Congress. And sometimes win, and sometimes lose. They talked about health care. Just a few years ago, in coordinating the rural Cox, we told our leadership in a public news conference that we would never vote for a medical pharmacy bill, Medicare pharmacy bill, until we had $27.5 million to raise the payment level of our rural hospitals that were struggling. I got called to the woodshed. Bill Thomas, chairman of the committee, didn't speak to me for 3 weeks. But on the 3rd week, he combined, he patted me on the shoulder, and then I knew he was over being angry. I got called to the woodshed if you have your facts right. Don't be afraid to stand up what you know is wrong and evil for your community, your area, your state, or your country. Be bold with your convictions if you believe in them. Don't let fear hold you back. A successful life will give you many opportunities to make a difference. The degree of success you have in your field will strengthen your chances of making a difference in your community, in your area, in your state, or in your country. So I challenge you today. We're counting on you today. Say, look out on those bright young faces. You're our future. And God knows today we need you to be ready, prepared to put this country back together. To put this country back on sound footing. We need strong local leaders. We need strong state leaders. We need strong national leaders. We need strong, honest business leaders. Where honesty and integrity rules. Where the best of all comes out. And as you live your life, and as you become more successful, never hesitate to look at that person next to you that's struggling and give them a hand. Give them a boost. Give them some encouragement. I'll never forget a close friend of mine, minister. His father died of suicide. He and I were very close friends, and he didn't have a pastor to talk to. He talked to me many times about what should he have done, what could he have done to preserve his father. Every day, we get a chance to reach out to somebody who's struggling with life where they are. And if we miss the chance to reach out and touch them, help them, encourage them, or share some of our success with them, we've forgotten what life is all about. As I look at this audience of young people, I have high hopes for our future. And in closing, the word of declaring University of Solution. Thank you for this degree bestowed upon me, this opportunity to serve you today. Thank you very much for God.